Whoa. What's up? What's up? Hold on, I gotta adjust, but I won't do that on camera. All right, here we go. I'm wearing my. I don't call him Adam Copeland. He's Edge to me. Um, Happy Sunday football. We've got 5 people listening already. We're already breaking records. For those of you asking, I will tell you I was at Full Gear last night. We'll get into that before we get into too much stuff, but I figure I should kind of recap what went on with, let's see, Rampage. We'll go with Rampage first. So I got Austin Gunn messaging me right now. How great is that? We got Full Gear. We'll go into a Collision. So Collision started off. And now the good thing is everything is basically set up for Full Gear. So I think AEW did a very good job with setting up the pay-per-view with their sister shows, I guess you would call. I mean, I would say with AEW, Dynamite's number 1, Collision's probably number 2. You might even argue Collision's overtaking Dynamite. And then Rampage is like their NXT, but it's not because a lot of big names are on it. But Rampage is almost like for the jobbers, for the B teams and the enhancement talent, I guess, with an occasional appearance with a semi-big name. So, but Collision started out this Collision. So here was the schedule this week at the LA shows, and I thought it was a mistake to do 4 shows in basically the same city. So close together. I mean, Wednesday through Saturday there were 4 shows. What up? What up? Zoom. Chris Mack in the house. Couple others. I know we have some lurkers. It's all right. I don't mind if you lurk here. We are we're not a Dabbleverse free stream, but I try not to talk about that stuff just because, like I said, it's really more on me than anyone else. I just don't have anything to add to the drama and the mud sharking and all the different networks going after each other, which is funny because it's very pro wrestling. It's like, but it just you'd think coming from a roast battle background, I'd be into it. Like I'd be throwing little bombs. Oh, Randall P. McMurphy, I think you might be new to the stream. Thank you very much. This will be primarily a wrestling stream, but we break off into chats of stand-up comedy and roast battle, and I'll answer any question. And the trolls usually the trolls usually come in about halfway in trying to upset me, but you're never going to upset me in the chat. You want to upset me, you got to say it to my face in person. Not so I can fight you, but just find people's balls shrivel up to the size of chickpeas when they're forced to, say something to someone's face. So you're saying no Ray DeVito. We could Ray DeVito. I think it's DeVito, but we could talk about him. Like I'm not saying I won't talk. I'm an open book, but I just try and keep the mood light in here. And I don't think a lot of the Dabbleverse are wrestling fans, so I don't think a lot of them come in here. I mean, clearly, I have 3 people in here, so but that's all good. But I think the having 4 house shows in 5 days, 6 days, it's not something that I would have done. I understand, I would have done maybe one in San Diego just so you could spread out the fan base. but that's also more money. Can we commit Ray? Peter Sky Parker, I think, is another new little. So we got a lot of first timers here. I mean, I don't know. I don't really know anything about him, to be honest with you. But I think he's a pretty good dude, to be honest with you. But um, I know that's not popular. Oh, long time, long time. Okay, I just don't. Your name's not familiar to me in chat, Peter Sky Parker. But welcome aboard. And thank you for the long time patronage. Even when I get to the super chat 4,000 hours level, I will not beg anyone for money. Like you gotta pay me for me to ask your question or answer it. I will use super chats as more of, hey, if you're a fan of mine, and because I've done a lot of free comedy in the past for my fans, if you want to, I don't even want to say donate, but if you want to say, hey, I think you're funny, here's whatever. Great. If not, that's fine too. Jake Hudson in the house. Thank you, Jake, for joining. But yeah, I mean, it's to have 4 shows. Dynamite was in Ontario, which isn't technically Los Angeles. But I know what to look for when I'm judging how big a TV crowd is, and you can tell with a lot of the AEW shows this week were light. Now I was there yesterday at the Forum; it was sold out, so that was nice to see. But because I think a lot of people save their money for the pay-per-view. So because I had a friend of mine sitting front row at the Collision and Rampage tapings, and he said there were maybe a couple thousand people there. Now the Forum, I used to go there for hockey. For hockey at the old Forum, like where the Kings used to play, was I'll never forget because I've heard this figure so many times. It was 16,005. I would say for the Lakers, it's at probably a little more, like probably close to 18,000. So to have 2,500 to say 3,500 people there, it's not good. I don't know what the capacity is now, but so Collision and Rampage were not good crowds, numbers wise. Now, when I watched it on TV later that night, after my friend told me that, you could definitely tell the whole 3/4 of the arena was dark because they're trying to hide the empty seats. So traffic was not bad. How did I get there yesterday? Now I don't want to bore you guys with I don't want to bore you guys with the LA freeway system, but I live in West Hollywood. So I took Santa Monica Boulevard to Robertson. I make a left on Robertson, hit the 10 freeway, the 10 west. That's key. 10 east, that's where the trouble is. About 4 miles from where I got the freeway. The 10 west is wide open where I'm at in West LA. And then I got on the 405, get off on Manchester, make a left on Manchester, and it probably took me 20 minutes to get there. Now I got there about an hour early, so and pretty easy to get in. I paid $60 for preferred parking. I think the regular parking was 40, but the key with the preferred parking is you're right by the exit and you're not blocked in. With regular parking, you're kind of in the middle, and it can just get congested. So getting in was pretty easy. I had a friend of mine in AEW hook me up with a ducat. I won't say his name, but he is big. And so it was overall a very good experience. Now, Collision and Rampage, we'll just go through these really fast. Collision started off with Christian, Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne. They do a promo basically setting up their match with Sting, Darby Allin, and Adam Copeland, Christian Cage, if you will. And then Lexi Naro's backstage with Big Bill and Ricky Starks, and they pump up their match uh, the next day. The four-way tag match, ladder match, tag match. The first match was Miro and Daniel Garcia. Um, Very good match. Some interesting camera work showing CJ Perry, watching in the back, and then because Daniel Garcia's kind of flirted with her last week, not really, but kind of. And so I don't know what's in the future. Maybe I could see a three-way match between Miro, Daniel Garcia, and I'm choppy. Let me see what my internet is. Okay.